Hey, horror fans! How you doing this chilly February evening? This is Spook FM, your one-stop shop for all the local spooks and horror stories, broadcast throughout all of the noosphere. I'm your host, Jenny Guest, and this week we got something a little special for you guys. A real, 100% genuine ghost story, straight from one of our local spook fans. Mr. Sims, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me. I've been a fan of the show for a long time, and always listen to it on my way back from work.
Spook, yeah, man. We love all our fans. Glad you've been listening. And as a reminder to all of you who are listening in right now, you too can make a call about your own paranormal or otherworldly experiences. Just dial the station and we'll get to you. Now, Mr. Sims, what happened and where?
So, I was just on my way home after a night out. I'd gotten pretty drunk, as I'd just come back from my niece's wedding. She'd been talking about it for a few years now, and how he was the perfect guy, and how happy she was, and let me tell you, it was wild. They were serving this cheap alcohol, and well, that doesn't matter that much. The point is, I was pretty tipsy. I'd taken the bus back into town, and I had a 20 or so minute walk back. It was a cold night. There wasn't really any wind or noise at all, really, apart from the faintest dim of streetlights and the pouring of rain. Barely a car was even passing. I think it was nearly 1 a.m. or so. It was late. It's surprisingly calm, though. Well, apart from the fact that the rain was assailing me. I saw last night that it was forecasted to rain, and well, I just sort of forgot about it, drinking and all, but either way, I was walking down the street, completely soaked. Honestly, I was drenched. It was coming down handily, and my jacket barely protected me against the rain. I suppose, well, it did cover my torso, but it didn't help against the puddles flooding my shoes, which were now absolutely soaked down to my feet. It was dreadfully cold, too. I was so eager to get home and take a shower, or even just lie in bed, that I hadn't really looked at my surroundings as I stumbled home. I just sort of focused on the wet path in front of me, one foot in front of the other, without so much as giving a glance at any of the shops or the view that was around. I will admit, towns, when empty, they have this weird charm about them. Not empty like early morning, but empty like late at night, when you're walking through a busy city with thousands of people and you don't see anyone. It's like you've been transported into another world. Sure, you could hear the occasional music or even sound of a crowd in some invitation-only dark club full of who knows what, but even then, it feels like they're not even close to your world, but rather you're in the world of a lonely wanderer, a pilgrim voyaging across a dark expanse of ruins, once home to millions, but now home to none. Is it weird to want to experience that? Maybe, but it was quiet. So, I was walking, and mind you, I've done this walk maybe 100 times before, so I'm feeling calm, but I tell you what, I will never forget this experience until the day I die, I promise you. So, guess what happens as I'm walking down a footpath? I hear a voice from the alleyway next to me.
You heard someone from the alleyway?
Yeah, I heard a voice, but I couldn't really tell who. There was this flat, monotone rasp to it that sounded like someone didn't even mean to speak it.
Well, what'd you hear?
This thin, blank voice said, "Can I have a cigarette?" It was totally blank, devoid of any emotion, and when I turned around to actually see who said it, I couldn't see anything. That really should have been my first warning sign. Yeah, there was this creepy feeling that I couldn't shake. It felt like something was looking into me. And then I saw something. It was the most uncanny thing I've ever seen. It looked like someone grinning, but their eyes were dead. The head was impossibly high up, and yet they were still slouched. I slowly raised my head, scanning its body as I heard it speak again. "Can I have a cigarette?" You know that one scene in Finding Nemo with the anglerfish? It felt a lot like that.
What'd you do next?
Well, I ran, quick as I could. I ran all the way back home. I kept running until I could barely catch my breath, but it didn't stop. I didn't even look behind me. I was scared that if I looked behind me, I would see that thing crawling after me with some arrangement of long legs, fumbling across the ground as it grasped towards me. So I kept running and running and running. I ran right to my room, rushing through my door and slammed it behind me, not even daring to look outside as I caught my breath. As I pushed inside, I dropped the key to my room and I swore it was right behind me. I was so panicked and I snatched it up quickly before I finally got back inside. Then, I locked the door and caught my breath.
What next?
Well, nothing yet.
Yet?
Well, this happened recently.
What, like tonight?
Yeah.
Totally far out. So, what'd you think it was? Some kind of demon or revenant?
Well, I'm not really sure. It felt physical and I was sure I heard it behind me, but it also could have been a figment of a couple too many cherry daiquiris.
Totally, man. I get you. Well, thank you for your story, Mr. Sims. Spooked FM appreciates it. However, that's all the time I think I can spare for your grim tale. We've got another call on the line. I thank you for your story.
Sure.
So, what is your story, and what happened?
Hello. Long time listener, first time caller. So glad to have me. Okay, so the story is about something weird I saw in my garden behind my house. It was like, I don't know, it's pretty.